So in this course, what we are going to cover, first of all, I'll share my screen, then I'll start. I hope my screen is visible to everyone.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
So now things are changing very fast in marketing now, right? And in this course, what we are going to cover Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement. Please note down, we are only going to cover the topics which are related to Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement, because there are other things are also available. You may going to heard like Salesforce Marketing Cloud account engagement. That is a different thing. You can also going to heard Salesforce Marketing Cloud Next. That is also a different thing. Salesforce Marketing Cloud Advanced. That is also a different thing. But right now, what we are going to cover in this course is Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement. Why I'm telling you? Because on day one, I want to clear the expectation, because Marketing Cloud is very vast. And sometime candidate brings the topic that is not relevant to the Marketing Cloud engagement. And if at that point of time, I will just explain my limitation of the course, they will always think that this trainer is not willing to cover. So on day one, expectation is clear. It is Salesforce Marketing Cloud engagement, right? Now, I'm going to explain what I'm going to cover in this course and how this course is going to be progressed. This course has been divided into 9 different modules. And in the first module, I'm going to cover data and subscriber. Data and subscriber means just imagine. And I'm sure that you guys are experienced enough. You can understand why we are going to use Marketing Cloud application. We are going to use Marketing Cloud application in order to develop the campaign. Either I will develop a campaign for email, SMS, WhatsApp, any specific channel, right? So if I have to develop a campaign, once my campaign will be ready, I will start sending the communication. But first question is, to whom I have to send the communication? For example, let's take the example. If today I'm going to start a new brand, and in this brand, I will start selling some automobile, super bike, right? You understand super bike. So if my company is manufacturing super bike, which is efficient enough to compete other product available into the market. So I want to sell super bike. My question is, to whom I have to target? I have to target youngsters, right? I cannot try selling my super bike to a senior citizen. Definitely, I cannot, right? They are not going to buy it. So this super bike can be bought by youngster, male people, and also females can also buy super bike if they are interested. So once I have to start my email campaign, my SMS and WhatsApp campaign, I should identify my customer, my target audience. And once I have a target audience available, I want to understand how I am going to manage these customers or this target audience into the marketing cloud. So that is something we always going to understand into this module, in which we are going to learn data and subscriber. Let's take one more example. Today is 1st of August. Next month in September, Apple is going to launch a next iPhone 18, most probably, right? So if they will launch iPhone 18 and they will start sending the emails to the customer, informing them about their product, are they going to send the email to 1%, 2, 3, or millions? Millions of customers are going to be targeted for this kind of product. All right. But suppose I'll give you a list. Suppose this is a list in which I have a 1 million customers are there. If I'll give you this list right now, first of all, you have a challenge how I am going to manage this huge number of customers at one place. That is something we will going to learn under the data model. So in my first module, I will explain all kind of data models available in Marketing Cloud, right? All right. So in first module, you will learn the data model. Now, what I am going to learn in second module? In the second module, we are going to learn if my subscriber list, if my customers are ready, now I can send the communication. But do you have your communication is ready? Do you have your emails are ready? SMS, WhatsApps are ready? No. Now it is time to develop your email content, your SMS content, your WhatsApp content, right? Okay. Now two modules are done. You have prepared your data model. You have prepared your email content and SMS content. Now next, start sending the email. No, we have to test. Without, I'm sure you guys are from the development. I know that. Without testing, we cannot deploy anything, right? So my data model is ready. My email contents are ready. Now this time we are going to start testing our email content. So in third module, we will start learning how to test our email content. Although in every development organization, they have a separate QA team. But being a developer, you will make sure that once you will pass on your developed email content to the QA team, they will not be able to raise any bug, right? So if in order to make sure that you always perform some testing at your end, which is unit testing or buddy testing, right? So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to explain you what you have to do in the buddy testing and unit testing before passing on the content to the QA team. Right. Now, third step is already done. You have prepared your email content, you have prepared your target data extension, and you have tested. After that, start sending the email communication and SMS communication to the customers. But once everything has been sent, after that, we have to measure whether my target audience or my campaign is a successful audience or successful campaign or not. So in order to test whether my campaign is a successful campaign, what you have to do? You have to pull the reports. Then we will going to cover the reports as well. All right. These things are done. Okay. After completing this part of the Marketing Cloud, we will be moving into the Marketing Cloud development. And once I'll start the Marketing Cloud development topics, the first thing that we are going to learn is segmentation. In the segmentation, we are going to learn where is the list of, yeah. In segmentation, what we are going to learn, how to create segmentation, how to write SQL queries into the Marketing Cloud environment, how to pull the correct customers. Once segmentation is done in the module number 5, I will cover automation, right? After completing the automation, we will going to learn journey builder. We will going to learn how to develop and design journeys based on different business scenarios. Once I will explain how to design journeys, we will also going to learn contact builder, how to create attribute groups, how to use journey data and contact data. What is the difference between journey data and contact data? And in what situation you have to use journey data and in what situation you have to use contact data. After that, we will going to learn how to trigger your journey using the automation. And after that, I will going to cover AMP script. We will going to cover some use cases. I will also going to explain some frequently used functions, and using that we will going to develop the emails once again using AMP script. Once you will complete your practice of AMP script, after that we will also going to learn API, how to use API, how to fetch the data into the marketing cloud using API. And we will also going to cover some use cases of SSJS as well, how to use SSJS in marketing cloud. And this is all that we are going to cover in this course. If you have any topic in your mind which I may have not covered, you can just bring those questions. All right, so I'm going to start. First module. The first module is data and subscriber, in which we are going to cover the data model. So first of all, what we are going to learn, we are going to learn how to store data in Marketing Cloud. What is all subscriber list? There are some terminologies which you have to learn. For example, what is subscriber? What is subscriber key? What is primary key? Right? And we will also going to learn how to create sendable and non-sendable data extension. And we will also going to understand the how to you create a relationship between sendable and non-sendable data extension. This is all major topic that we are going to cover in module number 1. All right. Now, the first thing, if I have a list of 1 million subscriber, 1 million records, I have to manage those records into the marketing cloud. I must use any of the data model in order to manage these. So there are 3 data models are available in Marketing Cloud. We have a list data model, data extension, and contact builder. One by one, we will going to understand all the 3 data models: list, data extension, and contact builder. Although nowadays things are changing very fast, this data model is largely used in most of your scenarios. Most of the scenarios, only data extension data model is going to be used. This data model is, I have never seen any kind of use case in which this data model may have used, but this is still part of the marketing cloud. So I will give you some quick introduction, but we will not going to spend a lot of time into this. We will going to spend time on data extension and contact builder, but I will explain the structure of this data model as well. But we may not going to cover use cases on this. Even after that, if you have some question, you can just bring the question and I'll answer that question as well. I will explain the data structure, how to use this data model, but we will not going to spend more time. We will going to spend time on these data models. All right. Now, the first scenario and first question, the first concept you should understand in the field of marketing cloud is subscriber. Who is my subscriber? Subscriber is a person who wants to receive a communication from your end. Either it is email, SMS, and WhatsApp, any kind of channel. So the customer who has just opted in to receive, they have opted in. I'm sure that you guys are from the technology, you understand what is opt-in and opt-out. So that customer has opted in to receive the messages. Then only we are pronunciating that as a subscriber. That customer has said, yes, please send me more information about my product. Then only we have considered him as a subscriber. Right? Now, next thing. Next thing is data sources. This is something very important. And once you will understand this, you will have a clarity. I'm sorry. What is happening with this? Right. Okay. Guys, I'm sure that you may have just come across some kind of use cases of Marketing Cloud. Firoz, Nivesh, as you said that you may have worked with Marketing Cloud. Do you know how we are getting the record into the Marketing Cloud, because Marketing Cloud is a platform which can develop the campaigns, which can trigger the campaign. But being a Marketing Cloud developer, we must understand how we are going to push the records into the Marketing Cloud. Have you ever thought, or you may have any kind of idea how to bring the data into the Marketing Cloud? Okay, let me just give you an example. Suppose you have a manager, and then manager is saying that, guys, just start working on a new project, and we have to develop a new campaign, and by December we will start sending the campaign to the customers. It is August, and by December everything should be ready. Right? For example, let's take the example. This year, Apple is going to launch a phone on December, not in September. So we have a 3-4 month. During this time, just get ready, develop your campaign, and in December we will start shooting the communication to the customers. First question you will ask, from where we will be getting the target audience to whom we have to send the communication. You guys can develop the email content using the Marketing Cloud platform. You guys can just ask some latest picture, latest specification of the product which company is going to launch. You can use that specification and pictures, and you can develop the wonderful emails, the wonderful SMS and WhatsApps. But you need a customers, you need a subscribers to whom you want to send the communication. And imagine, although it is not going to be happen, it is a hypothetical situation, what I'm going to tell you right now. If suppose your manager is going to tell you that, guys, we don't have any defined source, please find out your target audience by yourself. Then what you will do? In this situation, what you can do? You can use these different data sources from where we can fetch the data, right? For example, if I have a external website, I'll contact the external website and I'll ask them, guys, do you have any inquiry for iPhone 18? Right? They have an inquiry. So just send me those customers in Marketing Cloud, POS, point of sale, across the country. We have a lot of point of sale. Just contact them and ask that, did you guys receive any inquiry about iPhone 18? They said that yes. Just send me the detail of those customers. Web analytics across the internet. There's a lot of companies, they are just analyzing what kind of product customers are searching. I'll ask this company, do you guys have a data about the customer they have searched about iPhone 18? They said that yes. So bring those customer into the Marketing Cloud. And this is something which Feroz has asked. If I have a sales cloud, I have a service cloud, I have some leads are created into this, I can integrate and I can bring the data here as well. But in this scenario only, data can flow in both the direction. Data is only coming, coming, but data is flowing in both the direction. If Marketing Cloud can access the data of Sales Cloud or Service Cloud, this Sales Cloud and Service Cloud can access the data of Marketing Cloud. That is known as integration. Everybody is saying that integration is something very complex. No, this is something very easy. We just communicate, we just connect a Sales Cloud or Service Cloud to the Marketing Cloud, and data or record can be shared across both kind of application. All right. Next thing is CSV. If you got a CSV file, I can upload the data, and if anybody among you is from the Sales Cloud, you guys can understand what is the concept of data loader. The same kind of concept we have, we can use data loader in Marketing Cloud and we can upload the data. If we have any landing pages, we can build the landing pages. publish across the internet, and we can capture the data from the landing pages as well, and we can bring the data from API. Any question?
Nothing cool.
But guys, I have not explained this. Anybody has not asked me that, Kuldeep, you have skipped one option. Right? Okay, I always try to check that whether my candidates are just checking, or listening to me, or sleeping. No, no. So there's a one more very important data source is profile center. Before explaining the profile center, let me just explain. Guys, there is a concept in Marketing Cloud, the concept known as can spam rule. Is there anyone who has heard this rule, can spam rule?
Canadian privacy regulation.
Exactly. So it is a concept which has been developed or which has been implemented by a federal government, US, and according to this regulation, if being an organization, I want to send a business email to my customers. Guys, understand what is business email? Business email is if I'm trying to sell something to my customer. I'm promoting some kind of product, organization, people, or anyone. I'm trying to promote something. I'm trying to sell something. I'm just doing some business via email, SMS, and WhatsApp. These emails or these communications comes under the category of commercial emails. And if my organization is trying to send a commercial communication to the customers, I have to follow a guideline. That guideline is can spam rule. Under this can spam rule, if I am sending the email, in my email content, I must understand a unsubscribe link. In every email content, I must have a unsubscribe link. And next is physical mailing address. Right? Third is profile center. I must have a profile center. These three information must be available in every communication. I cannot skip that. Otherwise, Marketing Cloud application is designed such a way, if you miss this information, your Marketing Cloud application will not allow you to send the communication. Right? So there is a 0% of chances for making a mistake. Even if you may have missed, at the time of send, you will have an error message. That can spam rule has not been implemented. Okay. So one by one, we will going to learn. I will explain you what is unsubscribe. I will explain you what is physical mailing address. But the last one, profile center, is something which I am going to explain right now. Okay. Let's use one example. Suppose I am an organization. I'm sending the communication to my customers. Right? So suppose today I'm going to launch a bike. Let's take another product, not bike. My company is going to launch a new wristwatch. Okay? And using this product information, I have prepared one email, and I have sent an email to my potential customers, Firoz, Krishna, Nivesh, and Tushar. Right? You guys may have received the email. Once you will open the email, you can see that there are all information about the product pictures, images, specification, cost, how to buy, every information is there. But if you scroll down your email, in the footer of the email, you have one of the option available, profile center. If you open the profile center, what will open? Once you will open the profile center, a pop-up window or there's a one more web page is going to open. On this web page, what all information are going to be available? You will able to see your name, your phone number, your email address, and all other basic information about you. So you can also see that this is all information is available in this company, which is sending this email to you. This company is keeping all this information. So being a organization, I'm telling my customer that this is the information is available at my end about you. This is a transparency. Salesforce always follow this practice. If we have a data of my customers which I am using for business purpose, I always inform my customer that this is the information that we have. We are keeping your email address, phone number, right? And you always have an option to modifying this data or making some change into this data. And where you can do that, everything can be done on Profile Center. Either we can use default Profile Center or we can use custom Profile Center. But you will always have to make, or you will always have your preferences. Everybody understood what is Profile Center?
Yes.
Right. But
It's like a tool.
my main topic, yeah,
Like
tell me,
a
what is it?
data loader, like tool.
Tushar, your voice is very low. I cannot understand your question.
I want to know about the profile center. It's like a tool or like a data loader or something else.
No, data loader is a different thing. That is known as CSV. If I have a CSV, I can upload. Sorry, I think there's a network challenge. I cannot understand your question. Okay. The other member or other candidate in this training, are you guys can understand what Tushar is saying? Firoz, Krishna?
Yeah, you were talking about the data sources, Kuldeep. So he might have think that how Profile Center works as a data source. He's
Exactly.
asking whether it is a
Absolute.
tool or
Wonderful question. Well, wonderful. I was just about to answer this question. Right. But main topic is data source, right? Why I have included this topic here? Because sometime we are getting some inputs from my customers as well, right? They are just providing some information using the Profile Center page. Some information. That's why we always consider it as one of the data source as well, right? I'll explain one example, one use case that I have worked in my career. I was working with one of the brand which is selling the pet food, pet dog or cat, right? So in US, they are selling pet food, right? So the company have a huge database of pet owners, pet and doctors, veterinarian doctors, right? So we have to send the email. There was a lot of emails was triggering to the customers, and we were suggesting the food for the customers based on the breed and body mass of the pet, right? But imagine you are keep sending an email to the customer, and suddenly on one specific day, that pet is dead now. So we should stop sending the mails to the customer, right? But the biggest challenge being a marketing cloud developer is how you will come to know that whether a pet is alive or dead. So in that situation, we have also created a profile center page, and every communication we are sending the email to the customer. And on that page, we have created one radio button, deceased pet. If your pet is deceased, please check this box and click on submit. The moment the customer is going to give this kind of input, From the next time onward, we will stop sending the email to the customer. The email communication stop instantly, right? So this is one of the example of profile center. This is all data sources that I have explained.